Hey gang, GMapper14 here, and today we're going to be talking about two wireless earbuds, the Apple AirPods and the Samsung Gear IconX, that name I'm still getting used to, the 2018 model of the Samsung headphones. So let's get down to it. So first off, we'll look at the boxes real fast because that's so important. The Gear IconX box is slightly larger than the AirPods box, as you can see here, and that pretty much just goes overall with how they're going to be compared when you're looking at the models themselves. The Samsung one's like, let's go big or go home, and the Apple ones are just like, let's be simple about it, okay? But you'll see that as we go on. So it says on the back, cord-free fitness earbuds. Now these do, like it says on the back, focus on the fitness aspect, and we'll get into that later on. But right now, as you can see, it shows the earbuds on the front, 2018 model. This is the 2018 model. There is a, I think, 2016 or 15 model that's just not as good, so ignore those. And on the back, it tells you, just the basics about what you get in the box. So we'll put this over here. You get a few extra tips, by the way, with this, some wing tips and some ear tips that you can swap out for whatever size fits you better. You don't get anything in the AirPods box besides the AirPods, the charging case, and cable. You get a few extra customizable tips and things with that with the IconX, but they're going for more like a lot of people be wearing this. They're for fitness. They need to fit in your ears at all time. The AirPods are like you throw these in to listen to music, and you don't need a perfect fit with the AirPods. So, anyways, oh, by the way, these are $193 for the Gear IconX. $199 really. They're on sale right now for $193, but I've seen these as low as $150. So don't freak out if you can't get a great price on these right now. They should go down from time to time. So even on bnhphoto.com, I've seen them for $130. You can go price match that at Best Buy, and they sell these everywhere. So, and these generally aren't out of stock as much as the AirPods are. And the AirPods themselves are $159, so $160 cheaper than the Samsung Gear IconX, but they are less likely to go on sale because they are Apple products, and Apple products rarely go on sale. So let's look at the devices themselves. Here's the AirPods case, and here is the Samsung case. Let's look at the underdog first. Now, I say underdog just because people love Apple like crazy, and anything that's not Apple is less likely to get the traction that the AirPods are, of course, So, anyways, here's the Samsung Gear IconX. The case, as you can see, is kind of pill-shaped. It's got that rounded edges here, and the back has a USB-C Type-C connection right there, the Bluetooth button, and then on the front, you have two little lights that are off right now, but those show the batteries of each of the buds. So when you open it up, you can see both of the pods in there. Buds, excuse me, I'm getting confused between the two. And as you can see on the front, the lights turn on, showing that both of them are not 100% charged. And on the back, the light goes on, saying that the case is 100% charged and working on charging the two buds. Anyways, so over here, we have the AirPod case, much simpler in design, just a dental floss type container. As you can see here, very small. There's one button on the back for Bluetooth syncing. On the bottom, you have the lightning connector, which I wish was USB-C, but hey, what you're gonna do? Maybe the new one will be that. I doubt it though. And then when you open it up, there you go. There are your AirPods. No indicators for left or right in here, unlike the Samsung, and you have a light in there showing you that they are charged. Anyways, all of a sudden I heard. By the way, you can see on the front now that they are charged. Whenever you open them up, they lose charge for like 2 seconds and then charge back up because it's like, oh, you used them. We're 99% or something. Anyways, so let's get to it. If I remember correctly, the AirPods case itself can charge the AirPods 12 times. So once you're done using them, 12 times over you can use the AirPod case. You can go a whole week or more depending on how much you use these without ever charging the case itself. I just throw the case on the charger when I get home anyways, so I'm never without a charge. But they say for every 3 hours you have, for every 15 minutes you have plugged in the AirPods, you get a 3-hour charge. So that's all you need, These do a great job of charging. Unlike the Samsung Gear IconX, they charge really fast, and they charge the case really fast thanks to the USB-C, but you only get an additional 2 charges with this case. Now, that's not as much, especially since the case is bigger. You'd think it would be able to charge it equally or more than the AirPods, but that's just not the case. Pun there. Anyways, I still love the IconX, but in terms of charging, not as much. It doesn't last as much. And they do get 5 hours of playback time, which is comparable to the AirPods. So you both get the same playback time, but if you go back for seconds without being home to charge, you'll both get one more charge, and then this one will just keep going, and the IconX will not. So there's that. All right, let's check how these look in the ear. So we'll open up the Apple. I'll just put one in. Here's the right earbud. So you can compare the two. So with the IconX, when you put them in, you turn to the left and it locks into your ear like so. And then you look on the right, here is the AirPod headphones. So you can see I still am having trouble learning how to perfectly put it in the ear. But you can see there they are, both of them. And here's a front view so you can see. So you can't really tell that the IconX are in the ear, like just looking straight on. They're so minimal and hidden. I really like it. I was wearing a hoodie and a beanie in cold weather, and you couldn't even feel these under there. This is a lot harder to use. So on the AirPods, the controls are non-existent, at least on, I can hear myself. I'm gonna take these out. At least on Android, and that's what I've been using this with. So on the iPhone, these are a lot more versatile in controls, and on the iPhone, these are a lot. So let's see what you guys think about that. The AirPods have one control when they're connected in your ears. Double tapping the tip right here. I'll show you. So when you're in your ear, this area right here, look at my control right there, right here is the controls for play, pause. That's it. You double tap that twice, and you have to tap it pretty hard. It's not touch sensitive as far as I can tell. It's like more motion sensitive. So you tap that twice pretty hard, and you get play, pause for whatever you're listening to on your Android device. Now on iPhone, it gets serious. You can change the settings so that the left earbud does a track forward and the right earbud does play pause, or vice versa, whatever you feel you would like to do. But that's only if you have an Apple device to change the settings for your Android device. Otherwise, you're stuck with just double tapping for play pause, which works fine. And like I said, it's a little rough and I'm not used to how hard you have to tap it. And sometimes I miss, and it's just not that fluid in my opinion. So thankfully I have a smartwatch. I can control the music on there, and my phone if I need to. So these aren't really my main controlling of the music I'm listening to. Now on the other hand, the Samsung earbuds, they have an incredible control scheme. So when it's in your ear, you swipe up to change the volume up, swipe down, change the volume down, tap to play and pause, double tap to go to the next track, triple tap to go back to track, hold down to activate voice assistant or ambient noise, which I'll tell you about in a second. So the controls on these are much nicer. As you can see, it's a touch sensitive panel, so it's like a touch strip across it. These are the perfect way to control everything, and I wish the AirPods had that sense of control, and what's one of my main reasons for liking the IconX. And the by the way, the active noise canceling type thing. So anyways, let's just talk about noise canceling right now. So with the AirPods, they are like earpods. If you've used earpods, you know when they're in, it's not like anything. Yes, it'll dull a little bit. I've had people come up to me and start talking, and I have to take them out to listen to them a little better. But yes, you still hear things with the AirPods. The Samsung headphones, they almost block out everything. When you seal them in, there's like a perfect seal and you can't hear a whole lot going on around you. To the point that they added a feature where if you hold down and wait past the voice prompts, it'll ask you if you want noise, surroundings, whatever. I forget the feature. And what it does is it turns on the microphones on each piece and activates like the superhero sound hearing. So the microphones pick up everything around you. So I'm in line at Starbucks at the airport. I'm listening to music. I'm coming up next. I hold it down, turns on the mics. Suddenly, through the music as well, I can hear everything around me through the microphones. And I tell them what they want and not have to be a jackass and, communicate to them like a normal human being. So anyways, that's a pretty cool feature. You don't really need that feature on these, but like I said, pretty cool to have, and it's something else. Another side feature that these have, 4 gigs of onboard storage. You will get like 7 hours of playback time if you use the onboard storage. I don't use that, not my jam. I have a lot of streaming music on my phone. I don't need that feature, but it's there if you personally need it. Also on these is the ability to have a workout coach that tells you how you're doing and stuff like that. I've not used that once. I've activated it a few times by accident. There's no way to totally turn it off in the settings. Even when I uncheck it, there's one box that won't let me uncheck it. So that's stuck on there, and it'll pop up from time to time if you're messing around with these too much. Yeah. So these are the two devices. I really just I bought these, or I got them for Christmas, and I love them. They were perfect, but the more I used them, the more I just didn't like something about them. Something felt off. The seal always felt a little weird. Sometimes the audio would feel hollow and not as rich as I thought it could be. Sometimes I'd wear them, I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. I love how they sound. Sometimes I'd press into them and I could feel like the seal not perfect. I just didn't know. So I downgraded to the smaller size ear tip. And that helped, but still there's a problem. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I just need the AirPods. Maybe that's my thing. So I went out and bought these, use them, and then I was like, wow, I love these so much more. These are so easy to throw on. There's so much hassle. You just pop them in, pop them out. With these, you got to twist them in. Not much of a hassle or anything, but when you're putting in earbuds, you just got to pop them in, lock it, pop them in, lock it, then put them in the case. You got to fumble around putting them in the case when you're done charging, when you're done listening. It's just such a simpler process with these. The size, everything, it's just so much more convenient. That being said, today, when I was getting ready to do this review, I put on the smallest size ear tip possible, put these on, and it was perfect. It was everything I wanted from these, and they sound great, and it changed my entire opinion about these. So, make sure you try out all the tips before you give up with this one. That being said, I think I like the AirPods more. They're just so much more convenient. The size, the form factor, the everything. It does have missed features I wish. It doesn't have the control, changing the volume, all that stuff that I wish that they had. I really like everything better about these. But for some reason, I like the sound quality on these more. The bass is just so much more punchy and overall has a nice more sound, around them. I like how these look, but I like how these feel in my ear. So it's really a mixed bag. I wish we could combine both of these, and I'm hoping that the AirPods version 2 implement a lot of the features that this one has, especially being able to change settings on the Android devices, because really, I don't have any Apple devices. I have to use the school Mac to change any settings I have on here. So, that's kind of a bummer. Anyways, overall, I personally would choose the AirPods, but it's such a close battle. If you have Android, if you work out, if you're going to use the features that this has, I would go with the Samsung Gear IconX. If you have an iPhone, no question, go with these. Obviously, this is the right way to go. But if you have either of these and you just don't know which one to go because they're pretty much the same, I say buy one, test it out. If it doesn't feel right in your ear, go for the other one because it's a totally opposite feel. This feels perfectly. This is like an AirPod. You know how this feels if you've ever worn earpods, excuse me. This feels like a headphone that just goes in your ear and you'll block out the world. So, really, like I said, it's up to you what you need. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you don't think I'm an Apple bias guy because seriously, I have everything Android in my house. This is like the first Apple product I've had in forever. So, anyways, thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions about either of these two headphones, shoot a comment down below. I'm probably not going to do a review separate for each of these because this is kind of me just using both of these reviews in this one video. But if you have any questions, like I said, put them in the comments. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.